Yay. Welcome to the last quiz of the term.
When?
Yeah, I know. When? What is it that fosters over and over again the potentials for articulation, the nunjuki bakchak?
Referring to things again and again the way that we do.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah, conceptual cognition, thinking again that visible form appears to exist in the way it appears to the eye consciousness.
This is totally what I meant. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
So K. J throughout this section of this text repeatedly uses the phrase tokpe shenshi, the thing you think is there.
No.
What does he tell us he's not referring to when he uses the phrase?
Mm.
The thing you perceive is there?
Very nice. He's not referring to
Yeah.
seeing the object you perceive. And
Yeah.
why does he need to clarify this?
Mm.
Do you remember?
I remember.
Mhm. There's some reason I put the Tibetan there.
Mhm.
Because the saw doesn't, because it could be tokes. Like
It has something to do with the sound of that word, but it's not the fact that it doesn't have a saw.
Okay.
Is it like he's not referring to the blue itself, but for the blue that you think is outside?
He's makes it clear because the word tokpa can also mean to see.
Yeah, or to perceive with your sense powers. Yeah.
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 Please describe briefly the difference between what those of the sutra school and the mind-only school mean when they each say the thing you think is there does not exist by definition. And when you do so, please use the word that each uses for that thing.
Wasn't the first one the driver, the Sutra School? I can't remember if this is the same class or not. Sorry.
We didn't have any drivers in this last class.
Is Rangwa Chen the exists by definition? Tak Chik Rangwa Chen?
No. But- So let's do the sutras and then maybe the mind only will come. Blue is not the object by definition, meaning not independently. So then mind only would say blue is not the
Outside object?
basis by definition, meaning not externally.
Okay. Oh, you're playing between Yule and sheep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
I guess I didn't play very well. Sorry.
That's okay.
Isn't not independently Rangwa Chen though? Genla? Isn't that what independently in the Sutra school is in Tibetan?
He's saying they can also use the phrase Ranki Tseniki Madrupa. Or
Yeah,
Ranki
that's the
Tseniki.
phrase they use. Wrong.
I think he is saying that they use that phrase also.
Okay. Ranki Senki Drupa. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what by definition. That's how I translated.
Thank you so much.
So please give the English or Tibetan equivalent for what appears on the screen. Easy to understand.
Nothing.
Okay, please give the Tibetan for easy to understand.
Nichiwo. Nichiwo.
Oklawa?
Gola.
Otewa.
Otewa, thank you.
Otewa,
Who said
yeah.
that?
Oscar.
Yay, Oscar.
Oscar, unbelievable. By the way, you guys, please don't pronounce that with a G.
Go, Dewa.
I tried this morning to get people to say
Kotewa.
Komba, but I
Kom-
failed. Don't know why.
Pleasurable door, Godewa.
Oh, yeah, go there. That would be quite a nasty word, actually.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
The Tibetan for briefly.
Dupa?
Dute.
Yeah.
Dude, that's good. Something you have to teach me how to convert the Roman into Tibetan script.
Isn't there a program for that?
I don't know how you do it. So, okay.
I
Yeah.
just type it because I like to type it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oops. Meet Sungpe Gyutsen.
The reason is not
Oh.
equivalent. The reason is not the same.
The reason doesn't agree. Yeah.
Reasoning isn't the same. Yeah, very good. Yay.
Yay! Look, a patch of blue.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Ah, you dodepa.
Hold on. I got to get the right thing open first.
Hold on. By the way, we're at home today because it's snowing all over the place here.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And the deer are out in the snow. That must be beautiful.
Yeah, I asked everybody not to drive today.
So I was only able to do this because of the extreme kindness of Venerable Gyaltse, who, because I stepped on my glasses and they broke and I couldn't
Yeah.
see, she went and got them fixed for me.
Oh.
Wow, cool.
Hey, me tung partel.
Good.
Me tu partel? Dear suksok tokpe shenshir rankitseni ki madrupani. Tokpe shenshir rangdok sam lami ser ki de shindok tu gyurpa bakchak tenjung ki wangshe la suksok nam ki sukso she tok ki tani kanglan jukpe shir nangwe nang sultar ki den la de la do dewe luk la wangshe dedak nang yul lama trupe dedak ki nang sultar ki den rang ki tseni ki drupe kya par depe chiro.
Okay, cool. By the way, happy VY Day to all of you VY people. Today is VY Day and have a happy VY Day.
Happy
Uh,
VY Day.
Okay. Dini Mitsumbacha. It's not the same thing, right? In the mind-only school, when they assert that biblical form, was a common consumption. I mean, Dope Shinshin, I can see. They're not talking merely in the bizarre. I'm continuing my trip by need Dope Shinshin. Some. Okay, long dog some. I'm a serious. Not maintaining. Okay, my circuit de shindo. The concept of form is in this the way accurate box shop. The eye conscious, which is that it appears to be same was placed. Then I'm saying the shindo to go back check changing. I want you to show me where is Bakchak Tenjung, because I'm really interested in it.
Sure.
I'm not sure you caught it. Tenjung, Bakchak Tenjung. It's why we can call visible form visible form.
Why do I not have it here? It was there when I wrote it.
Well, sometimes they jump out before we have class.
Shoot. Maybe I put it down
Yeah.
here.
And why I mention it is that it took me a very long time in my life to figure out that.
Oh, I put it down there.
How do you translate it?
Potentials for, I'm sorry.
Mm,
I would, oh, yeah, I translated.
yeah.
When they assert the visible form is the cognitive basis and does not exist by definition. They're not talking merely of the visible self. Yeah, so it should be somewhere.
I'm not even sure it's spelled right. I'm not sure. Let me say, De Shindo to Kyurpa, Bakcha Tenchun.
No, I totally missed it.
There's something wrong here. There's something missing here. After Bakchak Tenjun, right? What I want you guys to learn, who can tell me what is Bakchak Tenjun?
So that was the synonym for the Nunchukibakcha.
Yeah, and it took me so long to figure that out. Yeah, what does ten imply without an E?
Firm.
Firm, strong.
Yeah.
Right, a firmly held seed.
Yeah, like because it's billions of years, it's some kind of concrete, I don't know, super concrete seed, okay? So try to remember that when you guys translate, okay? It refers to the Ngunjuki Bakchak, okay? Because that's especially firm in your mind because it's been billions of years, right? So there should be Utpala, in my opinion, and at least an instrumental after that.
Right, due to a firmly
Yeah.
planted seed.
Yeah, so I would ask you to check the carving. By the way, when I ask you guys to check a carving, please always have two carvings ready, two different carvings, okay? And assuming one of them might be wrong. Yeah, for this key. Now I feel like it has to be GIS, yeah. Kagiku Gisa key. Okay, due to that seed of countless lifetimes, it looks like the objects exist in the way that it appears to us to exist, right? As being the natural referent of the word whatever, visible, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to point out that a third syllable in a chepapo means a construction which is an agent, okay? The third syllable it's an option to say wa instead of ba. Like if you're from Lhasa, you should call yourself a
Asawa.
Lhasa wa. So you see sometimes in scripture they are invoking that rule. And instead of saying dodepa, they'll say dodewa.
Oh.
And you shouldn't correct it. Okay.
Okay.
Although it might be a mistake sometimes. Okay. So Dewe Lukla, according to the sutra system, and what they're saying, yeah, Wangshe, let me see down here. In contrast, in the sutra system, they assert that the eye conscious is mistaken with regard to the object of person. Like in Nasa Tarangi Dinki. Therefore, it must exist already. Yeah, good. Nice translation. So what it means is that in the lower school, if something appears to your sense consciousnesses, it must be real. Okay, it must exist by definition. And I think they would exclude yellow snow mountains and things like that, you know. Right? No, really. What's the other classic example?
Conch shell that was yellow.
Yeah, and there's some other example. Anyway, yeah. I mean, you could get sick, your senses could be screwed up, but normally speaking, if something, I think the point is in the second school, your senses cannot lie to you unless there's something extraordinary going on. You have a serious illness, or there's a illusion created by the rowboat moving past the trees, and it looks like the trees are walking, right? That's the other example. Okay, except for extraordinary boo-boos, normally your eyes don't lie to you. Your eyes don't have opinions. They just reporting what's in front of them, right? And so in the lower school, Wang Shi is important here. Is sense perceptions are pretty much natural, and there's nothing you can say about them. And then in the mind-only school, even your sense perceptions will lie to you and say that the blue is
Outside of you.
outside, yeah, or it's called blue by nature or something like
Right.
that. Yeah, so and by the way, when you get to Su Gang's text, a major topic is that it's not just link number 1 and link number 2 that are messed up. They're all messed up. Your equipment is defective. Okay. Your sensory equipment is polluted with these old bakjak tenjungs. And even your eyes are lying to you, and your ears are lying to you, and even your eyes are giving you a sense that things exist out there on their own, right? So that's what they're talking about here. They're leading up to this amazing idea that, and by the way, what's the implication of that for $100? If even your senses are lying to you, $100.
You've never had a correct perception in your life.
I want something else.
And everything else is too.
No, I want something else. Connected to the wheel of life.
Then everything after that is also mistaken on the wheel.
Okay, cancel that. Cancel that bet. No, it means it's going to be extremely hard to get out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Because even your eyes are lying to you, and your ears are lying to you, and your nose is lying to you. And how are you going to get out? If that's true, then the only hope we have is mixed nuts classes. Okay, seriously. Okay, that's the only hope you have, because even your eyes will never be able to detect it. Okay. All right. You got more here for us?
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Didn't
you
you
gave me
make it?
3 really hard.
Yeah, that's so I don't have to do it myself.
Nena, do depe ni, wang she de dak la de tar nang wei nang su tar durang ki tsene ki drupar zin pe tok pe zin tang kyang dun tun du du la. Dear ni, wang she ki nang su de tar rang ki tsene ki drupar zin pa che ki bang zin du dupe ke shin tu chewa, you know.
I love your last sentence. That's a perfect translation. This is a huge difference. Yeah, I like the italics for
Shinto.
Shinto. Good. Yeah, nice. I so like it when you can be creative in it's a translation. Using the italics is translating. Yeah, good. Really. And then and even the placement of words on the page is translating, you know. Then being the case, the sutras assert the conceptual the forms exist. Yeah, so the main point of that first sentence being that the way that your sense consciousnesses hold objects, they believe that the blue is out there by nature, okay? That's their zintang, that's their normal mode. That's how they normally see things. Your eyes in the second school normally perceive things as if those things existed by nature, okay? And in that school, that perception is dinten. Yeah, dinten means, yeah, which means not mistaken. It is, what do you call that, dinten? You could say consistent, I guess, yeah. Yeah, it's not inconsistent with its object. It's not that the object is appearing one way and the perception is taking it a different way, which would be dun mitun. The way the object really exists and the way the perception is taking the object are compatible, or they're the same, right? Good. Deer, and unfortunately, he doesn't often tell you what school you're in. He just says here, okay. Here in the mind only, your sense powers tend to believe that the blue exists by definition. And here in the mind only school, here, yeah, okay. In the way that appears to us grasping to self-nature. Yeah, good. Yeah, nice. Huge difference, right? Can you summarize the difference in plain English? In slow plain English? Just don't even look at the Tibetan. Just what's he saying?
The sutras say that what you see exists the way you see it. Mind only says, if you think that things exist the way you see it, that's grasping to a self-nature to things.
Yeah, okay, good. Can you get in Rankitseniki there?
What, here?
Yeah, in both sentences.
Yeah, it's in both. Oh, you mean in my description?
Yeah, in your eyes closed.
Yeah. You want me to do it again? Okay, the sutras say that that things exist the way you see them by definition, and that matches the way the object is.
Good. Okay.
Mind only says that if you think that what you see exists the way it appears by definition,
good,
then what you're doing is grasping to a self-nature to things.
Yeah. So, sorry. In the lower school, if you see blue as blue from its own side, that's just natural and that's correct. And in the higher school, it is causing you all of your pain. That's weird. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Why? Because you don't understand the blue is, when you see the blue, you're watching your own mind. What's that got to do with pain? If you don't understand that the blue is in your own mind, you won't have a compelling reason to be nice to other people. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Detarna Wang shela suksok ngowo tang kek par ki tan yin jukpe shir ngopoi ne su la drupar nang wat te marek pe bakchaki wang ki sharwe nang so chinchi lo yin kyang wang she de she drip tang chuki dang zin du mi ma mai
My, yeah, good.
mi mai.
Yeah, yeah, and it is correct. It's weird, but it's correct. Yeah, therefore the appearance of the eye consciousness of form being established by its very nature as the basis on which the words for essence and characteristics are placed is a distorted way of appearing. Okay, good. I like the distorted way of appearing that arises due to the potentials for ignorance. Good. Okay. Even so, that I consciousness is not said to be an obstacle to omniscience or grasping to nice, very nice translation. Yeah, very nice translation. Very difficult.
Thank you.
What's it mean? I mean, yeah, your eye consciousness, your visual consciousness is messed up. It's doing something wrong, but that's not what's keeping you back from.
Yeah, that's not what's keeping you from seeing things the right way.
Yeah, that's not classical ignorance. Okay, that the misperception of the universe by your physical senses is, we don't call it. You see, he said mima means we don't call it, or it's not said to be the grasping to a self nature, right? We don't call it that. Okay.
I used the
And-
passive voice there because I couldn't find a subject, like who was saying that.
Well, it's understood mind only school. They wouldn't call it. It means they wouldn't call it. Now, $100 if you give me the force of the apostrophe I. Because it's weird at the end of a sentence. Why should you have an apostrophe S?
Is it a but?
Yeah, it's a but. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
by the way, that bet was only offered to Miss Udpala.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. For you, I have a different standard. For you, it's 10 cents.
Okay, so
Okay.
it would have been key or yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so what it means is the sentence has to end with but rather dot dot dot.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And now he's gonna say something like the real ignorance is different.
Cool. Let's
Okay.
go there.
Yeah, let's go there right away. Why do we have two tough texts in a row? Maybe they're all tough. I don't know what it is.
Maybe.
I'm just whining. Okay, don't worry. I'm not. Don't take me seriously. Some people say, "Oh, he's Lama. We should make all the text easy for him." If he whines, where are we?
300.
Yeah, me, my, but rather 300. Who's gonna read?
Venerable Chunzun.
Yes, let's make those venerable suffer. What happened?
No, it's happiness.
Thank you.
Wait, something happened.
Something
Yes.
happened? Oh,
What section are we on? Oh, there.
300.
300. I'm sorry, my thing's skipping around. I want to stop, break it here. Okay, Miss
Wang
Chinzong.
Shela Nang Su De Ta Drupa Zinpe Tokpa Nin Dro Ndokdang.
Turn out. Yeah, good. Yeah. The fact that the sense power is misperceiving things is not the true ignorance. What's the true ignorance then? It's the topa you have about that.
Oh, yeah. So it's the thought you have.
Yeah, it's how you feel about it. Okay. Yes, the eye awareness of what you're seeing is making a mistake, but that's not the ignorance that's turning the wheel of life. What's turning the wheel of life is thinking that that's true. Thinking that that's the way it is. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The way it appears to my eye awareness is in fact the way it really is. And if you zen that, well, that's classical jondo. Okay.
I think overestimation is what we've been
Yeah. And
provisionally translating it as.
it means you're seeing something there which is
Not there.
not there. What are you seeing there that's not there, that the blue exists naturally?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And your eye consciousness is suggesting to you that the blue is existing naturally, but don't blame it on the eye consciousness. It's how you interpret that suggestion.
Uh-huh.
And so we don't call the eye consciousness itself is not the guilty party.
Uh-huh.
It's how you dopa the eye consciousness, how you think about the eye consciousness. Okay. Which it's how you think about the eye consciousness and you agree with it. Detar drupar. You see, when you agree with your eye consciousness, that's when you get in trouble. Okay. All right. We can cut it here. You can torture somebody else.
No, it's not torture. It's fun.
It's fun torture.
Berta, would you like to please read?
I'd love to, thank you. Chuki dog sing
Dangzin.
dangzin
Heavy prenasal. Dangzin.
dangzin dangshe trinyon gyur du dudo pai yingchik
Dupa Yinching. Very good.
yingchik. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Bertha, am I allowed to tell people what your son's occupation used to be?
No, that's fine. Thank you so much.
It's not classified?
No.
Oh, her son is in charge of the president's airplane. Just so you guys know,
Ooh.
in
Oh,
case you ever need a private plane, just talk to her.
Which president?
No.
Obama, I think, right?
Yeah, it was Obama in the beginning of
Yeah.
Trump, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah, okay, he's lucky.
He's moving to
All right.
California now.
Oh, that's a better place to visit your grandkids. All right. Chicken, what's it mean? What's it mean? Utpala chicken dangzin. You want to know what's the real chicken dangzin? And you want to know what's the real shidip? It's that dro
It's that dro
do.
dok.
Okay. Now translate into English.
You want to know what the real grasping to a self nature to things and the real obstacle to omniscience is? It's that overestimation that things are the way, thinking that things are the way they appear to your eyes.
Nice, good. Believing what the lie that your eyes tell you. Believing the lie that your eyes tell you is the real grasping to the self nature of things and is the real obstacle to your becoming enlightened. Okay, cool. By the way, yeah, the Chökyi Dangzin is much more serious, right, than the Kansaki Dangzin. To misunderstand all the stuff in the world is relatively more serious than to misunderstand who you are. Okay. And so he's saying, look, your eyes are lying to you, yes, but that's not the real problem. The problem is that you believe it. Okay. Which implies there should be a place called Gyumatabu where your eyes are still lying to you, but you don't believe it.
Yeah,
And what's the Gyumatabu mean?
I don't know.
Maya. That's called the illusion stage of the path of seeing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the real meaning of Maya or illusion in Buddhism. Your eyes are lying to you. You think the blue is coming from its own side, but you don't believe it anymore. Okay? All right. That's the only illusion in Buddhism. All right.
So Geshe-la, here again, we've got a verb without a subject.
Which one?
Dupa.
Oh, it's believed by us mind-only guys.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you could add by the mind-only school there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And okay. Who's gonna read next?
Oh, Rebecca.
Excuse me.
Is that your thinking cap, Rebecca?
Her
Yeah,
reading cap.
it's my
So-
reading cap.
So Jigme has holes in her roof or something?
No, it's to protect the holes in my head.
All right.
Pokpa Deshan Tul Tartanye Duang Drupang Gokpatang Wang Shela Suk Soki Tanye Ki Shir Nangwe Nangsul Tarangi Tseni Ki Drupa Tanye Duang Yepa Ngokpa Ne Chikla.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Lovely.
Okay. Good. Utpala, we got to start with Nechi.
Okay. The single, the solitary essential thing.
This means those two things are Nechi. Two
Essential?
ideas are Nechi. They amount to the same thing. They amount
Oh,
to the same thing. Okay. So first of all, we have to say that this sentence is going to have two different ideas.
Mhm.
And then we're going to say in the mind-only school, they equal each other. They amount to the same thing. So
okay.
now we have to just go look for the two ideas. Okay.
Hopefully what we did already was number one.
Well, here's a dang, right?
Oh, there was a dong at the end of that one too. Okay.
Yeah. So
And a ching.
everything in front of the dung should amount to, that's what nechik means, should amount to everything that comes after the dung. Okay.
Okay.
So now we just have to figure out the two things that are equal, the two things that it's saying the same thing with different words. Okay. Two things here are saying the same thing with different words. That's all he's saying. Now we have to figure out the two things, right? Here's the first one. Gopa de shenzu tartanye duang drupa. Gopa. Gopa means we deny
Mhm.
what?
We deny
That things exist in the way that Tokpa Shembas.
in the way that that conception thinks about it.
Believe it to be, yeah. Things don't exist the way your sense perception, Topa, okay? Things don't exist the way you think they exist. And then he says something weird. He says,
Yeah.
even tañedo.
Even conventionally.
Yeah, even conventionally speaking, even in the language of the normal world, we cannot say that the blue exists the way your mind thinks it exists. Your sense consciousness thinks it exists, okay? All right, so we deny that things could exist the way your sense awarenesses think they exist, even in the normal sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And it seems to say, forget self-existent, blah, blah, blah. You're wrong about the blue, even without Buddhism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And that amounts to the same thing as, here comes the next nun. Wang She La, to your Wang She.
Wow, that visible form
Yeah.
is by definition the basis for, I always have to play with this. So it's the way it appears. I'm sorry, I always have to.
Is the way that blue appears to be naturally the object of the word blue, okay? To your eye awareness, blue automatically feels like it should be what you're calling blue, or what you're thinking of as blue. Okay, I'll say it again. To your sense powers or sense awareness, it appears that blue really is what you're thinking about as blue, okay? What you're perceiving as blue. Blue is naturally what you're seeing as blue, okay? By the way, in the lower school, can we say blue does exist in the way it seems to your eyes to exist?
I'm sorry, say again.
In the second school,
it is.
Say the blue is, it really is the way it seems to be to your eyes.
Right.
And can we say that in the mind-only school, the blue is not even the way it appears to be to your eyes?
Right.
Yeah, okay, that's all. So to say that the blue is the way it appears to be to your eyes is not true, even without talking about self-existence.
Right.
Even in the normal language of the world. Yeah, even in the normal language of the world, you're having a false perception.
Oh, I like that. The normal
You're not seeing blue. You're not seeing blue. Okay. Even in the normal world. Okay. And these two normal language statements amount to the same things. What you think you see is not there. We have to cancel what you think you see is there, even in the terms of the normal world. And that's equivalent to saying you have to cancel the gopa in the last line. You have to cancel this idea that blue is appearing to your sense powers as blue naturally.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, what he's kind of saying is to appear, just normally to your senses, and down here to appear naturally to you, normally and naturally. That's what he's saying is equivalent, okay? It amounts to the same thing. When you say your normal perception, your perception that blue is normal and your perception that blue is natural are both to be denied, and they amount to the same thing.
Okay, what Tibetan phrases are you translating as normally and naturally?
Normal, I'm saying tanyedu.
Okay.
And then naturally, I'm saying rankitseniki.
Okay. Thanks.
So I'll say it again. To think that the blue is appearing normally to me, and to think that the blue is appearing naturally to me is the same mistake. And both of them have to be denied. Okay. Okay, they amount to the same thing. Okay. Okay. I love this next sentence. You got to pick someone special, Utpala.
Well, everyone is special.
Well, this is a big good luck thing for our future.
Okay, Venerable Jigme.
Woo.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Jigme, you cannot read Tibetan in that house without a hat on. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Hat on? Oh, here, right. I got a hat. How's
It's
that?
got that blessing, all kinds of little creatures. Okay.
Problem. Dewe na drangwa dang ngepe dunam par shepa lake par shepe ningpo shechawe sungrable.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Now he's gonna quote a book. $50. Somebody tell me what book.
The Art of Interpretation,
Nice. Yeah. By
Jason Kappa.
yeah, by some $50, you got to collect it from the lady with the hat. Whoever has the hat on is going to give you $50.
Oh, Chigme, you're so
now the hat just
funny.
passed over. Okay.
Becca's got it now.
Now listen to this. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Compare these two statements. Here's number one. The essence of eloquence. Okay. The essence of eloquence. That's number one. Compare it to number two. You ready? That high, excellent speech, which is called the essence of the spoken excellence of dividing things into what is truly there and what only appears to be there. Okay, it's the same thing. He's bragging about Tsongkhapa's book. He's giving it this name like you're announcing the king entering the ballroom. You know, I would like to announce the appearance, you know, and then instead of calling it the essence of eloquence, he gives it a 2-line name. Okay, and by the way, the most telling reference here is Sungrab. And Sungrab only applies to the word of the Buddha, that highest of all spoken words. Why is he freaking out over this book?
Well, number one, his teacher wrote it.
His teacher wrote it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. So you guys have to say the most excellent, amazing, extraordinary ACI courses, you know, or something like that. Okay. All right. And by the way, I went and read this section in Chang'e Lekshin Nimbo, the essence of eloquence.
Have you translated this part yet?
I don't remember. I'm trying to figure that out. But one thing I have to say is I'm very proud that we are treating every single important topic of Buddhism in our 12 translators. Every single important school, every single important movement in 2,500 years, we got it covered with these 12 people, except
Chang'e.
We got to get somebody on the Chang'e, okay? I'm thinking Gibson after he finishes the 2 easy things.
Yeah.
But that's going to fill out that's going to complete our coverage of the classics in a way. I'll probably find something else later. All right. So,
oh, it's wrap up. Oh, it's probably 5 seconds to wrap up time. Maybe we have time for one more line.
I'll just say this without reading this next. I went and checked in the. And by the way, I taught a lot of the art of interpretation to the CSP group. It was one of the first topics that we studied together was the art of interpretation. And that's because I taught it out of the translation of Master Yense, who was a student of Shenzang. So we studied this topic from the classic, one of the most important books ever written in China, in Chinese language. And we studied it from there. And that's why we worked on it first. And I'm going to teach it for New Year's, okay? So if be there or be square, for this New Year's, January 22nd and 23rd, I will give a brief teaching on Master Yense's statements about mind-only school, really. So, well, actually, I'm going to cover more than that, but here we go. I went and checked in Tsongkhapa's book, where do these next quotations come from? Which section of his book? Because I thought that would help us understand them. And it's in the section of the gotcha of the mind only. And specifically, it's in the Jondok part. What's that mean, Utpala? And then you can summarize.
In the exaggeration part
Yeah, the exaggeration part of gotcha.
of the thing that we deny.
Yeah, good. Okay. For example, that blue
Is outside
naturally.
naturally,
Yeah, something like that. Okay. Do you want
or
to
even conventionally.
Nice. Chuck Tello. Do you want to give us any wrap up here?
Well, I think we already put it into normal language, right? Do
Yeah.
we need a wrap up?
Just give us a 2-sentence wrap up.
2 sentences. The Sutra school and the mind only school are different in how they say things exist by definition. The sutras say that things exist the way they appear, and that's consistent with its object. And the mind only says that if we think things exist the way they appear to the eye consciousness by definition, that's if we think that way, that's going to be the cause for grasping to a self nature and also obstacles to omniscience.
Jam 11 lewat loh, si pintu.
Nice. And unfortunately, Utpala, for that verb, he used Tokpa again. I'm sorry. It's not very fair. Yeah. So now he's used Tokpa for 3 different things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys.
Thank you so much, Geshe-la. Please continue
good
teaching
job.
this book.
Yeah, or else we'll all be wondering for the rest of our lives, where is he going? Okay.
And Geshe-la, you didn't translate this in course 15, this next verse.
Oh, okay. I did translate. When we do, by the way, when we do Chang'e Lekshin Ningbo, which is 100 folios, which means it would take 30 terms, we have to translate the sutra also. Okay, but we're not going to translate Yensa because that's a 50-year thing. Okay.
The whole sutra or just the chapter on mind only?
Oh, no, that's a good question. I think if you're going to translate it, you got to do the whole thing.
How long is Sandini Mochaya?
That's pretty much, it's 10 chapters. Then what you normally read is only 10% of it.
Okay, thanks, Ken.
All right. I think Ola had a question. I don't know about you guys. Ola, you want to ask Venerable Utpala a question? I don't know.
No, I'm setting to be the next interpreter, Geshe-la. You're sharp. Thank you.
Okay.
We can
All
take
right.
a break. We have 8 minutes left.
Yay. If you can eat in 8 minutes, you're a good man. Okay.
Try.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for class, Geshe-la. This text has been amazing.
Yeah.
This was the last one for the term.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys were trouble brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. See you later.
It's been hard.